Joining me as always is your co-host Jim.
Available exclusively in the Microsoft App Store.
Oh, I hope not. No one will touch you then. No one will touch you then. Uh, Also joining us is your co-host Hunter.
Space, the final frontier.
We're very
These are the voyages of the Space Game Junkie.
we're very giggly and weird today. And also joining us all the way from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. That's very far away. It's
Do they actually have koalas there? Because I thought they were local to Australia.
it's spelled differently.
No,
It's spelled differently. It's Kuala, not Kowala, or however they actually spell koala. It does sound similar the way I say it. I think it's koala, not koala. But I think I'm supposed to say something different. Joining us all the way from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, Charles Cordingley of Jarrah Technology. Welcome, Charles.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone.
Thank you
I
for
haven't got anything clever to say.
Oh, that's okay. You don't need to. That's on us. That's on us. And we're here to talk about your currently early access game. It says right up here, version 0.9.25.1690.1387.29. I'm kidding. Your early access tactical space fun game, Concealed Intent.
Yes. Yes.
Now, I've put about an hour or so into this. I did a stream about it a while back. I've played some skirmishes against the AI. I've never done it online. Hopefully, we'll do that tonight. But I've played a bit of this, and it's very tactically satisfying. I'm just going to say that right off the bat.
Good.
Very-
That was the intention. I mean, the original idea was trying to cross something like Homeworld and Frozen Synapse. If you're familiar with Frozen Synapse.
Oh yeah, of course. I for like about a year, I played so much Frozen Synapse over the internet. I had like 11, 12,000 games going at once. Because that game made it easy. That asynchronous multiplayer.
Yeah.
Made it real simple to just have multiple games going, and I got my ass kicked so often.
I wasn't very good at it either.
Oh no, it's a even, and the AI is tough too. That's another thing. The AI is brutal in that game. So now that you've mentioned that, I totally see like, oh yeah, I totally see the Frozen Synapse in this.
Yeah, when I was developing it, it was always what would Homeworld do or what would Frozen Synapse do, and trying to work out how it should work.
Oh, you damn pirate! You know what's interesting? I just played this mission like 2 minutes ago just to test it on Open Broadcaster software, just to make sure it was working. And the pirate did something different. The pirate went in another different direction than he's going now. I thought he was going to come in the same direction. That's why I set my ships this way. But no. No, he decided to sidestep me, the son of a bitch. Oh, it's okay. I'll get him. So, let's talk about the origins of this game. So you want something between a Homeworld and Frozen Synapse, which are, both amazing games. When did you start working on this? And has that been a challenge, striving for those two legends, really? Has that been, what kind of challenge has that been?
It's been a massive challenge. They're both excellent games, and as a single developer, I think I was perhaps a bit naive to think I could do something that good with my first game.
Oh, this is your first game?
This is the first game that I'm going to finish. Lots of
wow.
little experiments. Before I started, I was that guy who always, I want to write this massive game, and everyone goes, oh, that's stupid because it's way too big. So I tried to think of the smallest idea I could, and that was this one. And I now know that's still too big. It's just, it's still too big.
You think so?
If I write another, yes. If I write another, it would be a much smaller game. I started, there were a few experiments beforehand, but I started in December 2012. Then I moved to Kuala Lumpur because I can't work here.
Okay, so where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Perth in Australia.
Okay, I was wondering about the accent. Because I don't think I've ever. How do you say it over there? Kuala Lumpurian? Kuala
Lumpur.
No, what do you call a person who lives there? Like here they call a lot in Los Angeles. They call them an Angelino. So what do you call someone who lives in Kuala Lumpur? Like a Kuala Lumpurian? Do you know what I mean? Like, what do you?
I actually don't know.
Like,
I don't think
like
I've heard anyone say it.
Australian. You're Australian, but like, what do you?
Well, you'd be Malaysian if you lived in Malaysia.
Malaysia. Okay, I guess that makes sense.
You call them lumpers.
That
Wow.
would mean muddy.
Wow.
In Malay, Lumpur means muddy.
Really?
Yeah. Kuala Lumpur is muddy river because the river's muddy.
Seriously, that's what it means.
Yeah.
What? Wow. All right. So how long ago did you start working on this?
About 3.5 years ago now.
Wow. Okay. No wonder because it feels. I gotta say, it feels pretty damn polished.
There's been a lot of work. Everything in it has been done, multiple times.
Right. Yeah. It feels very polished. So wait, multiple times. Like how? Oh God, I am being attacked by some bastards.
Like for instance, the zoom system. If you've got a zoom button, you can zoom in and out. That's been done about 4 times.
Oh jeez.
Just because I have to learn how to do it, and certain ways didn't look that good. So this is what I've come up with, which is basically exactly the same way that Homeworld works.
Is this a Unity thing?
It is.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, because Unity makes it. It helps people make games, so that's good. Was it always Unity, like from the beginning?
It was always Unity from the beginning, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like if you know C#, then Unity is the way to go.
Really?
Yeah,
It
because
certainly makes
if
it
you
a lot
do,
very easy. Also, go on.
yeah, if you do Unreal Engine, then it's C++ for that.
Was Unreal Engine? I think Unreal Engine when I started was actually a bit expensive. I think it was 2 years ago they made it really cheap.
It's
Yeah.
free now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was basically we owe that to Unity for driving their price down to that.
Right. So it's just like Unity, where like Unity's free, but if you want to like make money off of it, you pay a little money to them to get the licensing and stuff like that. It's very similar with Unreal now, because Unreal has its own like launcher app thing, like you would see with Steam, for example. And through that, you can get their developer kit to start using their developer engine, as well as the new Unreal Tournament that's being developed. There you go, a little info.
No, I mean it looks really great for a Unity game because I don't know if you've noticed, but Unity games, I mean, yeah, they're the same engine, but they really vary on how they look depending on who worked on them. Like one Unity,
Yes.
yeah, one Unity game could look great, and then you have another Unity game that looks terrible. It's like, what the hell are you people doing? It's the same engine.
This game, I can show you some pictures. It looked terrible for about the first 2 years.
Really?
It's, I mean, what you see in the background is the same, like the ships and the planets and everything in the background was the same. But I think what makes a huge difference is the GUI. What you see with these sort of, I think it was inspired by Oblivion. There was I hired a local artist to just do a few hours work just to come up with how it should look. And that's largely what she suggested is how it looks now, and I think that makes a big difference. It's supposed to be inspired by Oblivion, apparently.
Oh, okay. I can kind of see that. But the nice thing is the UI is very clean and very simple, and it actually makes moving around like very straightforward, which in a 3D, and this is fully 3D, if you haven't noticed,
Yep.
my friends, fully 3D, up, down, all around.
That's a lot of D's.
With altitude bars, Jim. There are altitude bars.
I know, I like that. I like the presentation a lot now. That like back when it first went early access, I picked it up and I messed with it for a few minutes, but it was just kind of like colored balls that were moving around, and it was confusing. So, question about that, because I own this like I said, but I haven't played it very much, and I was trying to play it today, and I have no concept of what the heck I'm doing.
Are you
It's
doing
just,
the tutorial?
like, no. Who does that?
There's a 3 missions.
I saw it. I made sure to skip it.
Oh no,
I wanted the raw experience.
I was gonna say it's a good tutorial. I mean, the interface is pretty straightforward, but if you haven't done the tutorial, you might be like, "What?" Like, I haven't played it in a little while, a couple of weeks at least, and so I kind of forgot about how to do the altitude thing. Oh yeah, it's this button. So
Well, see, that stuff I figured out, but I was trying to figure out like just movement stuff of the ships and that. So is there any does the facing of the ship, is it relevant at all? Or can
No,
the
it
ship
isn't.
just turn 180 degrees and go the other way with no delay?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. There's no momentum. One of the original ideas for the game was there to be a lot more physics in it. But when I gave it, like, for instance, the speed of light was a constant, or the speed of light was actually valid. So if a ship was a long, long, long away, if it was like half a light minute away, for instance, which it wasn't, it would take half a minute for the laser to reach it, that sort of thing. But when I gave that to people, it really confused them. So I took all of that out.
Okay, because I guess where my confusion comes is like I'm trying to predict where the enemy is going to go, but because they can take any course they want, so I can't look at like this is how they moved last turn, so they're going to be in a cone of probability that they're going to end up wherever. They could go anywhere, so I'm kind of lost on tactics of where I would even move my guys.
Yeah, that's. I'm actually going to add a fourth tutorial to explain a bit of tactics, because I think a lot of people have said that they don't understand how it works. The ships should roughly, in this version, I mean, there's a hard AI. If you go to skirmish, there's a hard AI version, and it changes a bit when you turn that on. But in this version, the ships, most of the pirate ships or the enemy ships, should follow circles around you, and they should continue most of the time in the same direction, unless something's changed and they think that it's, they need to go in a different direction. So
does the enemy see you? Or you see them, but they don't have an awareness of you until you reveal yourself?
It operates on exactly the same rules that you do. So if you hover your mouse over one of the enemies, you should see a percentage to hit. If you hover over one of the red spheres.
Okay, so they know precisely where you're at.
They have that information as well. If they can sense you, because it's quite possible for a ship to completely disappear. And this will be explained in the new tutorial I'm working on now. For instance, if you get your signature down to 0, or you're hiding behind a planet or something like that, so they can't see you, then you will disappear from their view, and likewise they could disappear from your view if they do the same thing.
Okay. So, is there any logging of what happened as far as combat results? Because to know like when one guy shoots at another. If there was like numbers that were flying out the top of the guy, like as you took damage, then I would know like, oh, that guy's getting hit for a lot or whatever. But obviously, you don't want to muddy up your presentation with that.
Happens.
So
if you saw when he hard text does fly out the top.
I do see that.
So if there's a change in detection level, or if there's damage taken, that will appear. Or if your target is painted, which you won't have a painter yet at this stage of the campaign.
Okay, yeah, it's just kind of quick, so I didn't notice it.
You can replay it, and you can actually change it. So if you look under the 3, is there a delay on this YouTube?
Yeah, there's about 30
Okay.
seconds. Yeah.
Sorry. So there's a little thing under there which will replay the last turn again, so you can see what happened. And in the settings, you can actually change the amount of time that a play turn takes. So I think by default it's set to 4 seconds, but if you want, you can set it to 9 if you wanted to go slower.
Oh, okay, that would help me a lot.
Yeah, so if you went to options, gameplay, it's play time length.
Oh, I saw that. I didn't realize what that did. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But yeah, the interface so far is pretty great. I really like just how straightforward it is. And I like how you can take your time to plan your turn. I love turn-based stuff.
Yeah, I don't have the reaction speed for those fast, twitchy games, so I tend to play games like this. So that's how I chose to develop it.
No.
So explain the detection mechanics that's going on here, because that seems to be like the majority of what your concern is, right? Is kind of concealing, hence the title, concealing what you're doing from them.
Yes. So, and this will be explained a bit more in the next version that comes out. Each of your sensors, so you can see on your display for a particular ship or a drone, it has some sensors. This one, 30 seconds ago, has a standard on me. And they have sensitivity at range, and it will normally be something less than 1. And how it's worked out is basically just the signature of the target you're trying to detect times the sensitivity of your sensors at that range, and that's your gain each turn. So, for instance, if your sensitivity is 0.5, and this is what, at the moment, there's no way of actually seeing what the sensitivity is, but in the next version there will be.
Oh.
So if your sensitivity is 0.5 at the range to an enemy, and they have a signature of 20, that means you'll gain 10%. But the problem comes that if at every turn it will decay a bit, your starting detection, your starting chance to hit will drop a bit before the gain is added. So, and that is in relation to how much gain you actually make. So if the signature is 0, you will disappear in about a quarter of a turn, because you'll get no gain, and the existing detection will just decay away very quickly.
Okay, so the point is that I am improving my vision of them while trying to not give them a better look at me, right?
Yes,
so
exactly.
So how does that work? Because if I get closer to them, then I'm going to see them better. They're going to see me better.
Yes.
So is it like an electronic warfare thing then, where?
Yes, there's two things. Firstly, yes, everything that you do to detect your enemies will make you easier for them to detect you. But you have 2 benefits. Firstly, all your ships share detection. So if you have a drone out in front, you will share their gain in detection. So, for instance, if your ship is way behind and the drone is way up next to the enemy, they'll get a very good lock on that enemy, on that drone. But even your ship far away will still get a good lock on that enemy, because the drone will share its lock with you. So I'm using words that have changed. It will share its detection with you. And the other thing is that ships can have countermeasures which actually decrease their signature. So if you were to click on the ship, I don't know if you've got chaff, which reduces it a little bit. You've got 7, yeah. So you can actually decrease your signature that way as well. Or you can decrease it by hiding behind a planet, that sort of thing.
So are all the weapons like projectile weapons, or do you have missiles in here?
No missiles. They're all lasers, all types of energy beams.
Okay, because I was thinking it would add some drama, like to have the enemy launch torpedoes or something, or you launch at them, right? Because that's going to force movement. Like you're going to have to run from it while you try to jam it or something.
Exactly, and that's how I think of the drones.
Which I like. I like that you have drones, so it's not just your ship. You have little, not fighters.
Yeah, so it's a torpedo with a gun on it.
Yeah,
so
and the sensor.
Even better.
Yeah, it's basically an engine, a gun, and a sensor.
Which sometimes is all you need. So I'm trying to suss out these mines. Oh, God damn it. Yeah, I always lose on this mission.
It's a pretty challenging little game. I like it.
Yeah, it is very challenging, which I do appreciate a lot.
It comes close to that dream of Space Harpoon that I've got. You know, that I don't know that it'll work out that way in the end, but it's it's as close as I've seen anything be.
I'd say it's in that direction, yeah, especially with the full 3D.
Naval warfare is basically like who sees first, shoots first, and wins.
Yeah.
So.
Right, exactly.
And that was definitely an influence as well. And another influence was old submarine games. The idea that you need to hit first and hit hardest. And if you can't destroy them in one volley, then you need to pull back a bit and then go again.
As the way that your countermeasures work, could I have one ship like employ countermeasures against an enemy to hide another ship, or do they not share?
You only hide yourself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you can only hide yourself.
Yeah, because I was thinking if I had one ship and used it as a jammer, would it let me sneak my other one closer? But I guess not.
No.
Oh, he
This is
didn't
pretty-
kill the mine. Damn it.
This is pretty cool. So he said, you said, sorry, Charles, you said that some of your inspiration obviously is from Homeworld. Like, what else have you been drawing from to help you in making this game?
Well, Homeworld, Frozen Synapse, and the old submarine games I used to play were probably the biggest influences.
Yeah.
Yeah. The old. I did play Harpoon, but that was 25 years ago. I played that. So.
Anything in particular, like with your ship design? Like, how did you come up with some of your ship designs? Because I like some of your ship designs.
Sadly, I can't claim any inspiration for that. They're bought off the internet.
Oh, that's okay. That's cool.
Yeah, I it's funny enough because how I originally came across your podcast was, you may remember many months ago you played a game called Nomad Fleet.
Oh yeah, sure.
Which I it was on Reddit for a while, and I helped test it because the guy said it was like Homeworld. So I thought, oh no, someone's doing the same thing as me. And when I played it, they're doing something quite different, but they are using actually all the same ships. So they obviously bought it off the same person.
Yeah, unless he's changed some stuff. I found because that was one of the games where plotting, like the 3D positioning, your game is probably one of the better ones at doing that. But when you're trying to plot 3D positions on a 2D screen, it's really problematic. And like I said, some games are far worse at it than others. But even Homeworld is probably one of the worst actually as far as doing that, because you have to do it so much, and you're trying to do it in real time, and that's trouble.
The real time.
Yeah. So I was kind of hoping that the Nomad Fleet guy would put some more aids in there to kind of assist in that, because it's a thing where I'm trying to put a ship like, okay, I want this guy next to that guy, and then I realize, oh, I sent him 50 miles away. It just looked like I was clicking in the right spot. So, but since you've got the grid going and the altitude poles are really clear and everything, and it's like Brian was joking about that, because I've made a point with developers in the past. Like I pestered the heck out of Paul Z. It's like, put altitude poles in, dude. So.
Yeah, there have been a couple developers who were like, Jesus, just put some goddamn altitude poles in. Jesus Christ already.
You can turn them off if you want. But
No. I guess it's good you give the player that option, but no, I would never.
Make some good screenshots if you turn them off. If you turn the grid and the altitude poles off.
I'm sure. But
I've been through the exercise of trying to figure out, like, how do I solve that problem, right? And it's working with the guy that's making Shallow Space, and I threw a couple ideas at him, and it was just like, how the heck can we do this and have it be sensible, and you can do it in real time? And we've kind of got some ideas, but it basically came down to, have you played Nexus: The Jupiter Incident?
No, that's on my wish list.
Okay. Because the stuff that he's doing as far as changes to that game, it has changed from being Homeworld to being more like Nexus, because now it's referential of other ships, and instead of like, go to these coordinates, it's like, go to that ship or go to that place, because it just seemed to work a lot better because it's a real-time game. And here where you're plotting on a map, that it makes a lot more sense for a turn-based thing. And also because positioning is very important about predicting where the enemy is going to be and how close do you want to be to them, and that. So I think for your game, your system is probably the best thing that you could have done.
Oh, thank you. Damn. Oh, Brian, I'm watching you play. I want to give you a bit of advice.
What was that?
Hang on. That station in front of you has shields, so when you keep shooting at it at long range, you're not actually doing any damage.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So if you click on its button in the bottom right, you'll see its loadout. It told you this in one of the messages, but I imagine we were talking. I think it's carrying at least one shield, and that means it'll take away 1 bit of damage from every hit. I mean, it's got there 2, so it's going to take 2 points of damage from every hit. So if you're not doing at least 2 points of damage, you're not touching it.
Oh, laser drones are a thing, and they're super helpful. Holy crap. I just found them. I'm sorry, but I just found them.
No, that's fine. That's fine, man. That's
oh my god.
That's fine. That's no.
I was looking at the stream and I see, what are these laser drones that Brian's using? I was like, oh, I have some too. What?
Yeah, laser drones are pretty goddamn great. I'll tell you what. Okay, I really hope I'm not going to die, but I'm probably going to die. Yeah. I am going to die. I am going to die.
Oh, okay, so I'd been plotting things just with mouse clicks and, the control key and stuff. So I just realized whenever you plot a waypoint, then you get a little pop-up next to it. And then you can actually select, remove the waypoint, add another one, drag it up and down, just with the icons that float next to it. That's pretty cool.
The icons appear if you right-click on a selected ship, and they'll disappear if you right-click on it again.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because all the things that can be done with those icons can also be done with keyboard and mouse.
Oh wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. So yeah, Brian, just go pick one of your ships and right-click on it, and you'll get like a bank of icons that pop up. And then start plotting waypoints, and you'll see.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm totally digging this.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
Now, I was in the zone there for a second. Have you looked at any kind of multiplayer with this at all? Or,
this does have multiplayer.
Well, I mean, I haven't honestly, I haven't had a chance to dig into the multiplayer yet, but I guess what I'm referencing is it like an arena thing or is it like a co-op thing?
No, it's at the moment it's just duels. So you can. So excuse me again. So at the moment you can challenge.
Your mic cut out.
Oh no! Oh,
did we lose you,
no.
Charles?
Hello?
Charles? There we go.
Okay.
Charles.
Okay. Yeah. At the moment, it's just duels. You can challenge a random person who's online, or you can challenge a Steam friend on one-on-one. When I brought it out into early access, one of the things I wanted when I put it into early access was I'd started off pretty much just trying to be everything to everyone. So there was skirmish and a campaign and online. So one of the things I wanted to know was what did people actually want? And the feedback was almost unanimously people wanted more skirmish options. Mm. And almost no one wanted, I think one person said, I'd like some more online stuff. So as a result, I focused mainly on adding skirmish things, and there's more skirmish things to come. And the only thing that's been added to online is the challenge Steam friend.
Okay. Yeah, because I can definitely see this as like a definite like strategy tactical thing. Like you get a whole bunch of your friends, team versus team kind of a thing, and I'm really digging the possibilities with that. With that, is that an idea that you might do later, or are you just not thinking about it right now?
Not for the main release. Okay. Because people don't see. Well, you'll vote number 2. You'll vote number 2 because those were the options, like an online co-op mode against waves of enemies or team versus team.
Sure.
But yeah, it was 2 against a lot.
I'm very much liking the skirmishes though. That is definitely really nice. I do like how this is and I will say that the way that you've made your system work is a little bit better than some, because some people who've been coding in Unity, it's really hard to play in a window and then just like tab out, but like yours is super simple just to play in a window and get out of it. So I really like that feature too.
Yeah, well, I wanted everything to be on one screen. I hate going through multiple screens to get going.
No, it's nice. It's nice. Okay. Oh, you can make as many freaking waypoints as you want, can't you? Jeez, you're crazy.
Yeah, Hunter, I was thinking like for the multiplayer, maybe he could get some sort of a survival crafting arena MOBA
Stop.
thing
Just stop. Just don't stop
with
it.
zombies.
Oh
like
my
space
god.
zombies.
Call it Space Battle Royale. Oh,
Exactly.
Jesus.
Yeah,
God.
we've had a side conversation going for about a week about how there's just this flood of the same game that keeps getting released on Steam, and it's the like half finished yeah. Chop wood, make a spear, and die. That's generally how I play it.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it's been. Oh my god. Although they've been making to my utter pleasure, they've been steadily making further and further improvements on Space Engineers, which is really good. So I've been following that for a while, and I'm really excited about that.
That's what Space Engineers needs, man. It needs a MOBA arena mode.
God, stop it. Okay, moving on. So,
no, imagine that. You could craft like a giant laser cannon and then kill the other guy with it. You could orbital strike people if the match goes on too long.
So anyway, this is really cool, man. So hopefully if you get all the proper funding that you need down the road, it'd be kind of cool to see more multiplayer. But I really like what you've got now, though. This is fun.
Yeah, I think things like that will depend on how it sells when it's finally released.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There's a million blips on the radar. There's a million blips on the radar, and I don't know what any of them are. Not one. They're all unknown. It's so terrifying. Hi, Cloud.
Brian went nuts with his waypoints.
Yeah, I did a little bit. I did a little bit. I wanted to spread my fleet out, which was probably not the best. The best option.
Well, the other thing that
was a good idea, but now you're kind of stuck.
The other thing that I really like here is that you have your ships and the enemy ships actually popping up in a panel where you can just select them. Because in a lot of games, it's troublesome to find your own stuff. So that's very helpful.
Oh, wow.
That's another thing that's quite like Nexus, because Nexus puts them like up the side of the screen. And then Sins of the Solar Empire is really the only other game that I can think of that does that.
So this is the first time I've noticed that we've actually had, at least that I've been aware, that we've had a developer on here who's actually put in the time to do Steam trading cards for their game. At least that I've noticed. Now, what was the thought process behind that? How does that work?
It's actually really simple. Steam produced a document on how to do it, and you basically have to upload a number of images and names and text, and they'll check it. And they do actually check it quite closely because they rejected my cards twice before they accepted them, and then it's done. It's actually quite simple. Another local dev recommended that I do it. That's cool. Some people really like the idea of achievements and cards, and that it won't hurt you and it's not hard to do.
Well, according to this, there are no listings currently for the item available, so I wonder how much I could sell this card for and get away with it.
Well, that's an interesting thing, though, is whenever they introduced the cards, I just thought like, whatever, and I got this pile of cards in the thing, so I was just like, well, why does anybody care about this? And I still haven't figured out why people care. Well, it increases your Steam level.
I know, but
thing.
I don't know how to do that without.
Yeah, right, but I figured out that I can sell them for about $0.05 each, and eventually buy a game. In 10 years.
Well, I mean, that comes in handy because sometimes you'll see like these really good little indie games that go on sale for a couple of bucks, and you've pretty much saved up the money, that way.
But the thing that drives people to buy them, right? So the other thing is that you'll earn the cards just through the length of time that the game is on. So some people will just buy a game and leave the game on 24/7 until all the cards dump out, and then they do whatever they do with the cards. But that was the thing that I found out in the Apollo thing is Max decided, like, because we weren't going to bother with cards, and then Max was like, oh no, we're going to make some cards because some people just buy the game to get the cards, and it's like, what?
Yeah,
so
true.
I've heard that too.
If somebody could explain to me, I'll have to like find a psychologist or something that can tell me why. I don't know, but
it's kind of like playing Steam the game, right? Like the social there is something that a lot of people I don't think really quite talk about when it comes to Steam, and that Steam quite literally is a social media platform.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to it. I mean, you have your own social profile, you have friend requests, you have chat rooms, you have Facebook groups, you have Steam groups, right? You know, there's all kinds of things in there. And so, like on Facebook, where you have tons of Facebook games that get toted around, Steam has its own, like, you know, with the summer sales and all these other sales that they've done, they've had these little mini games that you can do and participate in and get rewards. I mean, people are into that.
Yeah, I have so many cards, and as I was showing you earlier, I had to friend Charles, and I had to ditch a Steam friend to add him because my list is full. I fucking hate that. It's like, really, just let me add as many people as I want. It's no skin off you. It's no skin off your back, Steam, to let me just add a bunch of goddamn people.
You actually have to upgrade your Steam profile by leveling up your Steam account to unlock more friend slots.
I know. I hate that so much.
It is true. It is true.
I hate
that
so
much. As I leveled up, because there was one summer about 4 summers ago where I was just all into like leveling up my Steam profile before I realized how stupid I was.
Well, what about this? What if Gabe decides we're gonna have microtransactions where you can just buy Steam XP and level up your thing, and that way
that's
so it's
exactly
like,
what you do with the market though, when you buy and sell cards.
Do you want to buy 5 more friend slots? That'll be $1.
You know what?
I shouldn't give the man ideas.
I'd fucking do it at this point. I'd be like, I don't care about cards. Here's $1. Let me add 5 more fucking friends. Sorry, I'm supposed to be cursing less, but jeez.
Hey, Brian, so Crazy Uncle Mike here wants to know if you're going to play the game or if this is just a talk show.
I know. I'm waiting for. I keep waiting for Jim. I'm waiting for opponent loadout. Jim, I've challenged you to a duel.
Oh, have you?
Yes, I've challenged you to a duel.
I'll go online.
Oh, well, I was in the tutorial, but that's okay. I'll come out.
Challenge me, Brian. I'll play.
Hang on. Let me see if I can find you. I don't see you yet, Hunter. I just see.
I'm
on
the
that's
list.
it, Brian. Play Charles, Brian. We want to see this.
Challenge Brian. Challenge Brian.
Oh, really?
Challenge.
Okay. Do I get a thing?
I've sent you a challenge, so it should appear.
I'm not seeing a thing. I am not seeing anything.
I think it refreshes every 30 seconds or so. The friend list takes a little bit of time to update as well.
It's concealed challenge.
Oh, so if you go to cancel.
Cancel. Oh, ha 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 ha. Who do I see? Oh, I'm not playing the developer. He'll kick my ass. I choose Hunter. Okay. Charles, I will play you in a moment. Or maybe you guys can...
That way he can kick my ass.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking if you played Charles first, then in 30 seconds you can play Hunter.
Oh, that's true.
Do you want disappointment now or disappointment later?
Fine, I will play Charles. I will play Charles and lose. I will play Charles and lose terribly.
So he wants disappointment later, I see.
Yeah, no,
Just kidding.
I'd rather get kicked in the face first and then like just have the soothing. Oh, here we go. Okay, what do we got? I've got a Corvette and some drones, and I don't know where you are, which I like. I think that's neat that I don't know where you are, so I'm just gonna fly over here, maybe. I'm gonna fly over here. Yeah, I'm gonna go over there.
I should turn off the stream so I can't see what you're doing.
Oh, damn it! No.
There we go. I can't see you now.
It's not like I'm gonna. It's not like you're. It's not like I'm gonna give you any huge tactical insight. Wow, he went over there. Okay, he's a master tactician. We have a fucking Nimitz over here, ladies and gentlemen. Like freaking Admiral Halsey over here. Oh God, unknowns. So many unknowns. Oh God. Okay.
Do you have fear of the unknown?
I fear so much unknown. So much unknown. Very, very well. Okay, fine. What do I have? What do I have? I don't know what these are. Oh God.
This is kind of the Donald Rumsfeld of video games. It's like there's ships that you know, and ships that you don't know. But it's the ones that you don't know that you should really be worried about.
Oh God, I forgot all about
What?
that. No, it's.
Yeah, it's the unknown knowns.
Oh, I remember when he said that, and I was like, really?
Oh, I'm a Donald Rumsfeld super fan.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, that guy he can get away with anything.
He really can he? He really can if he wants to. I swear that guy. I don't know what world that guy's living in, but it ain't ours. Okay. Is there a key to do the action thing, like a keyboard key, or do I have to actually click the button every time? I couldn't find a key in the options. Charles. Uh-oh.
Sorry, I had it.
Oh, you
had it
having
on mute because I was coughing.
Yeah,
No, there isn't a key.
Could
You
there
have to
be?
tick it.
Could there be?
Yes, that wouldn't be hard.
That'd be great. I'm very keyboard centric as much as possible. Though I haven't tried plotting movement with this thing yet. I probably should, huh? Yeah, I kind of want to try that. What do we got? I can't see anything. Oh God, a station? What would do? Oh God, that's not my station. Oh.
No, it's not my station either. What I found with the online games is that if you have two people who are using a sort of stealth strategy, that they never find each other. So there's actually another way to win, which is to destroy the station, and it'll drop a core, which massively increases the signature of anything that picks it up. And if you can pick up that core and survive for, I think, 5 turns, then you'll also win. And that way, it forces people to actually engage and not just fly off into the distance and never meet each other.
Well, fine. I'm heading for the station. God damn it. I don't know what that's gonna do, but I'm not gonna last long. I can't shoot it though, which for some interesting reason. Like I can't actually shoot it.
Well, they're unknown, so if you hit the Alt key when you hover over them.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, that's all right. I already plotted my movement. Everyone, go there and get that thing. So it's not just you and me on this map; it is AI as well.
Just the station, which is a very dumb AI.
Oh, so those other unknowns are probably you then.
If they're moving, they're me.
Well, I don't know if they're moving. I do not know if they are moving. Oh, you bastages. You bastages. Okay, I think I just lost a drone or two. Maybe. Fucking sons of bitches. Sons of bitches. I'll get all y'all, I will. Keep forgetting to do that. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. Boink. Boink. Go. Go, go, go. Lose. Go, Ed, lose. I am going to so lose. I'm not very good at your game. So, how much work has gone into the because it puts up, at least in the single player, puts up a pretty good challenge, I've noticed.
I'm sorry, what was that? I was playing the game.
No, it's okay. Like, you oh, no. Ah, son of a gun. Oh, my God. Damn. Shit, son. Shit. That was about 30 seconds. No, Hunter, that you were right. That was about 30 seconds. Okay, let me. I don't see you on my list, Hunter. Why don't you challenge me?
I am going to challenge you, Brian.
Challenge me. Come. Kick my ass.
Challenge so hard.
Oh, so is this going to be like Frozen Synapse? Is this going to be like asynchronous multiplayer as well, where there'll be like alerts and things, like you have a friend who has a turn for you and stuff like that? Like,
yeah,
you're gonna...
Steam notifications, Steam turn notifications.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be something I'd like to do. I looked at the documentation, I couldn't really understand it, to be honest.
Oh no.
Most of the Steam integration stuff has example code, has sample code. So you just copy the sample code and it works really well. Unfortunately, Steam Turn Notifications doesn't, and I think it would require a bit of experimentation before I get that working.
Consider yourself challenged, Brian.
Son of a bitch. All right, I'm looking for it. I guess it takes a moment to refresh.
Yeah, I mean, it's the basic idea is like frozen signups. You can, I think you've got 7 days to submit your turn.
Oh wow! And can you have multiple games going with people?
Yes, you can. At the moment, for strange reasons, I made it so you can only make 5 open challenges, but you can have as many games as you want.
Oh, I see. So once you start a game, you can have another challenge. So you can have like 10 games and 5 challenges, and that can end up being 50. Oh, wow. Guys, this could be a good play-by-email game. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Accept my challenge, Brian.
I'm accepting it. I'm doing the loadout now. I'm doing the loadout.
Get wrecked, nub.
Get ready. Get ready. Oh, God, I'm going to die. Okay.
There's no guarantee of that. There's a good chance that I'm actually going to die.
Jim, is that an actual thing? Tourette.org?
Yeah, it's the American Tourette's Society charity.
Really? Really?
Yes.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
It's the Tourette Association of America. Fuck.
I am trying to curse less. I will admit. I am trying.
That doesn't really say that in their logo.
Fuck.
That's a lot of weapons you've got on that ship now.
I know. I just have to get it in range. I just have to get it in range of something. Anything.
Well, the heavy beam is the longest range weapon, so that's going to work well.
Oh, whoa! What the hell? Okay, game just minimized itself for no particular reason. I wonder if I hit tab to switch through whatevers and.
It's trying to conceal its intent.
Apparently, I'm waiting for Brian to make his maneuver.
I have invented a maneuver. I'll be famous in restaurants. Okay.
Precisely.
Oh, I see an unknown. I wonder what that is. I see moving unknowns. Ooh. Ooh, I wonder what those are. We're going to find out. Let's see. Wow. All the way up here. Yeah. All the way up here. Baka-dooka-dooka-doo. All the way up here. Bounce-a-down-bounce-bounce. I'm going to kick some butt. Bump. Okay. This really does have a very Frozen Synapse-y feel to it. Really, really does. And that I say that with the best possible meaning, because Frozen Synapse is amazing.
I take it with the best possible meaning.
Did you play the football one?
Yeah, I got that when it was in a Humble Bundle recently. I think I actually bought it and I've played it a little bit.
Was it as good?
I didn't like it quite as much.
Yeah.
It's still good. It's still good. I think I played it for about 10 hours when I should have been working. So it's a good sign.
Now, speaking of working, do you do this full time? Is this your full time gig or is this a part time thing?
This is my full-time gig. I don't have a work visa in Malaysia, so I can't work locally.
Oh, so how do you? Okay. Oh.
My partner Anne is works here, so she's still with her employer.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool.
And I thought, when we came here, I thought I wanted to do something. I couldn't do nothing. Not that. So I thought I'd write a game because I always wanted to do it. I always wrote little experiments, do like 3 months of a game and then stop. So I thought, no, this time I'm going to actually write one and finish one.
Right.
Yeah. So we had a question in the chat room. So one of the folks there had read your blog and you'd expressed at one point that you were a little disappointed in what the adoption rate was so far on it. So he was wondering if you wanted to elaborate on that any.
Sure. Sure. I can't remember the actual blog post. I'd have to go and check it. It's. I think what I've discovered is that I can't do development and marketing at the same time. Because if I do both badly. So I made 2 attempts at marketing. Once when it went on to Greenlight, and once when it went on to early access. So about 2 weeks total. So to be fair, I have no right to complain about the sales of the game because I have done so little to let people know that it exists.
Yeah, but that's a problem that I tried to solve desperately for about 6 months. I've worn that hat and similar results.
Yeah, marketing is so not easy.
Well, especially in this territory because it changes a lot and nobody's really sure what works anyway.
How do you cancel?
It's
How do
a
you
moving
cancel a
target.
waypoint again?
A delete.
I thought it was
Thank you.
backspace.
Oh, backspace.
Yeah, backspace.
Both should work, I think. Both work online.
Both work. Yep. Yeah, here we go.
So
Yeah.
so
the sale. If you look at those people, if you go to somewhere like Gama Sutra, there's every few months there's someone complaining that that's not fair. There's someone who's stating that their game has failed, and they'll give numbers, which you're not really supposed to do. But
Is that Brian?
Sorry?
I think Brian shot me.
I did a little bit. I did a bit. I shot you just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a bit. Just a
Yeah.
bit.
Well, you haven't achieved true success and failure until PewDiePie actually refunds your game on his stream and then flips you off. That's what he did with Bear Simulator. If you hadn't heard about it, and
Wait,
that
what
guy kind
happened?
of rage quit out of development. PewDiePie, he was playing that Bear Simulator, and he hated it so much that he actually went on Steam while he was streaming and requested the refund on it.
Oh
And
no!
the guy got a little upset about that and decided that he's going to just abandon the game at that point and quit developing. And I
wow,
was
just
like,
a bunch of babies out there. Jesus Christ, bunch of
Well,
children.
I have to say that being a indie game developer can be a bit of an emotional roller coaster. So I can understand that if he was in a heightened state, the developer, that he might do that, but it's not going to help anyone by doing that. Every day I check the sales numbers, and most days it's the same. And every day I check the number of refunds, which are thankfully very low. And I'll happily say that it hurts every time that I see someone has refunded the game, which, as I said, is luckily not very often. But at the same time, if someone doesn't like the game, I'd much rather they refund it than have spent the $10 or $15 on it.
Yeah, I wish that the refund thing actually had more of a feedback thing. It's like, what could I have done that, would have made it whatever. I mean, you'll probably get a lot of snark and whatever back from that. But, it would at least be a parting chance to say, like, why didn't you like it? Whereas it comes to you. I don't know if the part, because I haven't sold anything myself since the refund stuff went in. But does it actually come to you and say, like, this person said the game didn't work on their machine or wasn't fun or whatever that, whatever box they checked?
What I see as a dev is this, the number of people and then the category, which is either not fun. So far, the only ones I've seen are not fun or didn't work. And then they have the option of writing some text. And only one person has written some text, and they said that there was a bug, which was, I'm immensely thankful for that person for actually giving the feedback, because I went and checked it, and they were completely right. There was a bug, so I fixed it. So you do get a little bit of feedback, but in my experience, of a very low sample size, you don't tend to get much.
Okay, let's
Hello?
see. Sorry, no, I actually, you reminded me, like, I haven't done a curator thing for your game, so I need to do that. So while Hunter was taking his turn, that's why I'm a little late, Hunter. Sorry, I wrote up a little curator thing for your game, because I can only do so much. We can only do so much here at the podcast and with the site, it's very niche. But
probably the best
want to help as much
advice that we've ever gotten that kind of clued me in. I hadn't thought of it, right? And it was like Brian and Hunter were saying about Steam being a social network of its own now. It's like its own Facebook in there, and I had never really dove. It's like, well, I'm in the store, or I'll go to the discussions about a particular game if I want to figure out how to do something. Then I'll go check that. But I've never gone into the actual community stuff. And one of the developers that came on, he's the guy that made Zotrix, and he said that that's actually how he got greenlit and was having great success in sales, was because he got into the Steam communities and was having discussions. And he said his strategy was like find other similar games. Like for you, it would be Frozen Synapse and Homeworld and things like that, where you go into the communities for that and just be a participant and a good guy. And then people will notice, like, oh, who's that guy? Oh, he's a developer. What did he make? And they'll look at your game.
Whoop.
Oh, am I?
It's happen.
Ah, you dropped out there.
Yeah, you dropped out for like a nanosecond. Oh, the
No,
lasers.
That's a good idea. I've written that down. One of the things I'm going to do is before I release, I'm going to spend, I decide, 30 days just doing marketing. So I won't do any dev work. I'll complete the game, create a candidate release, and leave it for a couple of weeks to make sure there's no bugs. And then I'll spend 30 days just, rather than doing development, just doing the marketing. Just going out onto forums and telling people, sending YouTubers keys, that sort of thing. Because I think that's what you have to do. It has to be essentially a separate job to let people know when it's ready.
Yeah.
So one thing that we ventured into was on Steam gifts, because it's like you basically participate in a giveaway.
Eat a dick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we participated in that Steam gifts thing, which I would not recommend.
It wasn't that great. It wasn't that great. I tried it with my blog. I didn't really get much out of it.
Yeah, because the idea was that, hey, you put this thing up, and you say, hey, I'm going to give away a free copy, and sign up if you want whatever, and then people at least know you exist, right? But as far as translating into sales, not really. So it just seemed kind of like a waste of time. Yeah, I mean, it was like a few sales, but not a great deal.
Hey, Brian, I have sorry, I was going to say, I have 2 words for you, Brian.
Eat a dick.
Focus. No. That's 3 words. Focus, fire. Okay.
That's what I was trying to do, but apparently it didn't really work. I stink, apparently, my friends. I stink.
I tried Steam gifts for when I was on Steam Greenlight, and I didn't measure it properly, but anecdotally I seemed to get a few extra votes every time I put a different game up there and said, please vote for my game. So maybe it's just that they'll do things like on Steam gifts, maybe they'll do things like join your Twitter feed or your Facebook feed, but they won't, or vote for a game on Greenlight. But then maybe on a site that gives away games for free, having people pay for games is perhaps not what they're there for.
Yeah. That seems a bit.
One guy that I would definitely try to get a copy of your game into his hands is Rob Zachney. Because they handle all the strategy stuff. Oh yeah, he's definitely a prime target because he knows his stuff and he's very much into strategy games in general. So if this tickles his fancy, then you'll probably get some good discussion on their podcast and whatnot. Yeah. And if he doesn't like it, he'll be very clear about why and stuff. So which will probably be like direct to you and not to the world. So
yes. Yeah, he does the early access reviews for Rock Paper Shotgun now as well, so he's doubly a good person to contact.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, cool. I forgot about that.
And I've heard him on the Gamers with Jobs podcast. So he's I don't know, he's kind of
a busy
spreading
fella.
out.
He's a busy fella. Good for him. He's pretty awesome. So
yes, what I'm thinking of doing is after the next release. So the next what I'm working on now is I put more stats information. So when you hover over a component, it'll display the stats like the sensitivity graph and the damage decay graph, that sort of thing. And I'm also going to try and redo a bit of the campaign because I've been getting feedback on that. And then what I thought I'd do is try sending it to a few people, perhaps like Rob, to get some more feedback on it.
Yeah, and one other thing I would definitely do is put a Let's Play together of just you playing the game and explaining the strategy of why you're doing what you're doing, kind of thing, and just kind of to supplement the tutorialness of it. But a lot of people like YouTube sells games right now. That's the thing, right? So if somebody watches you play it, and it's one thing to give it to knuckleheads like us and then let us, but we'll go on and kind of struggle with it, and you don't know what you're gonna get, right? Because you might get somebody that just does not get it, and then they'll just be like, I don't know what's, but if you're explaining it and it makes sense, right? And then I can watch it, and then it's like, oh yeah, okay, so I come into this with an idea of what the goal is and some of the behaviors that I should be looking to produce, and then I'm not clueless as a purchaser. I didn't buy it blind, yeah, so it could only help, right? And then other people that are going to YouTube it, because you're going to hand it out to all the YouTubers and that. So if you arm them with a Let's Play, and that way they don't struggle with it either, because that was a problem that we had, because this one game that I helped work on, we sent it out to a bunch of YouTubers, and they just kind of like looked at it, and we're like, well, we don't know where to really start. And
I've had that feedback from a few people. Yes. Yeah.
So I think if you put their feet on the path, then that's probably the best bet.
That's a good idea. I'll write that one down too.
I would just make that part of your press kit, in fact.
Yeah, that's
okay. Written down.
I gotta kill these pirates. I did it. Oh, but did I die? I killed the pirate, but they killed me. Son of a bitch! Your game hates me, Charles.
If you deal with like PC Gamer or any of the guys that are in San Francisco, it's basically hookers and blow. So if you can send
what? That's libel. That's slander.
No, it's only slander if it's false.
I was watching a clip from Spider-Man, like one of the ones, and he was talking to J. Jonah Jameson. He's like, "I'll sue you for slander. I'm insulted." Slander is spoken, written is libel. Sorry.
Hey, speaking of the actor, I cannot remember his name.
J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons.
Yeah. So
the wonderful J.K. Simmons is going to be Commissioner Gordon in the Justice League movies, which I am fine with. I am totally fine. I'll watch him in anything. I'll watch him in absolutely anything.
Yeah, I heard they were gonna try to get Gary Oldman, but Chris Roberts had him locked down on Star Citizen. So
Jesus.
I'm sorry. Sad trombone.
Wah, wah. All right, so how far are you out from getting this thing to 1.0, Charles?
That's one of the things I'm trying to work out now as a plan. I think the main thing that needs to be fixed now is the campaign.
Okay.
And then after that, people have requested some extra stuff in the skirmish mode, some extra objectives, which I'll probably have time to do. But that's all I'm looking at. So hopefully reasonably soon. The problem with I'm not going to give a date when it's ready.
Fine.
But I'll probably have to avoid the Steam summer sale, so it'll probably be after that, because that'll just wipe out any release.
No, that's fair. Do you know? So, do you know when the summer sale is?
Not yet.
Oh,
not yet. I for being a dev on Steam, a couple of weeks before it's on.
Oh,
you have to give in your save rights.
That's it.
Yeah. couple of weeks, and they don't push the notification out to you. You have to go onto the developer's website and see it. So, for instance, the recent Chinese New Year sale, I only found out about that the day before it happened. I went, oh, there's a sale. Quickly put in a discount. So yeah, my 30 days of marketing will start sometime after the Steam Summer Sale.
That doesn't seem unreasonable. Now, are you planning on like once it's released? Are you planning on maybe expansions?
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep, you're back.
Weird. Are you planning maybe any expansions? Any extra missions, a mission builder, anything like that?
None of that I would say is definite at the moment. I do plan on doing some stuff after it's released. I really want to do a Linux version. So
okay, cool.
That'll probably come after it's released. And then if I can't get some of the extra skirmish stuff done in time, that'll come after the release as well.
Okay, but right now,
and Steam Turn notifications, I'll probably start that after it's released as well.
So right now right now it's the focus is the campaign really and the tutorial.
Yes, that's what I'm working on right now.
Okay.
So that'll change a little bit. There'll be an extra tutorial. The beginning of the campaign will change a little bit, and then I'll see what the response to that is.
I'm enjoying the campaign so far, even though it's ridiculously kicking my butt. Like I don't know if you saw, I finally passed layers after maybe the 8th attempt, maybe.
Yeah. When I released it to early access, I was incredibly worried that people would find it too easy. But it's been the absolute opposite response.
Yeah, like the only other thing that I could think for this is like the campaign is constructed missions, right, that are in an order, or do you have any kind of random element to that, or it's once you've played through it, you've seen it?
Once you've played through, you've seen it. There's a bit later on where there's 5 missions that you can do in any order.
Okay, because there's this game. It's called Revenant Fleet, I think, was Badger Head Games made it. What was the name of that, Brian?
I can't remember. I think you're right.
It's Revenant Fleet something. Yeah. Well, anyway, it's kind of it's if you'd imagine a game kind of like yours, it's a turn-based, strategy thing. But it's flat space. There's no 3D to it. But you have ships, right? And as you go through the game, you have a choice on the map of which system you're going to go to, and then whatever it randomly cooks in that system. But you also have persistent ships in your fleet that you could lose or gain depending on your performance. So it's almost like a roguelike mixed with a tactical game like this, which makes it kind of interesting. So I don't know if that's something like maybe for Concealed Intent 2 or whatever.
Yes, or like a DLC patch or something afterwards. Yes, that's an interesting idea.
So we're definitely talking later this year. At you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, I have to.
Okay.
Get this finished. I keep doing it.
Well,
It's going crazy over there, getting coughing and all that kind of stuff. You got to do it this year.
You never know anymore. I mean, like Star Citizen will be done in 2019. Limit Theory will be done. Who knows anymore? I mean, like some of these games are taking a long time, so you can't assume it'll be done this year. It's March. No, it may not be. It's already 3 months in.
Yeah, and I'm always overly optimistic.
Right. Okay. Well, it sounds.
I don't think I'm setting myself. I look at my list of things that I want to do before it's released, and it's not very long now. It's gotten a lot shorter.
Right, I'm sure as you keep working on it, and yeah, you're already up to 0.9 something, which is pretty great. And like we said, it's already pretty polished. I mean, no crashes, no glitches, no problems really, except that it keeps kicking my butt. But I mean, that's the game. That's me. That's not the game. Excuse me. I have a cough too. I apologize. But we're gonna, wrap this up. So Charles, I want to thank you for taking the time, to come on and talk about your game. Folks, the game again is Concealed Intent. It is on Steam Early Access right now for $14.99. And for $14.99, you get already a pretty fleshed out campaign, a fleshed out skirmish mode, an online dueling mode with as many games as you want and up to 5 challenges, a tutorial, and there's more to come before it hits 1.0. Revised tutorial, revised campaign. The graphics are great. Seriously, guys, watch the video I did a few weeks ago and this one, because you'll see the UI is just butter. Seriously, this is probably one of the best UIs I've seen in a game like this. It's just smooth. Like, I know what I'm going to do. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, it's not the game's fault that I am terrible. It's not the UI's fault that I keep dying. It's my fault. And you know what? The UI is so good, I can't get mad at the game because I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm setting my ships to do exactly what I want them to do, and I still die. So it's not like, oh, the game screwed up. No, I screwed up, and I know that. So
Way to go, Brian.
I know, right? I'm such a fucking loser. Oh, sorry. Freaking loser. Sorry. Oh, God. Trying to curse less. I'm not giving $5. So anyway,
it's a tax deduction.
So
think of the children.
With Tourette's.
Do children have Tourette's? I guess they do. Huh?
Fuck.
I guess they do.
Think of the children, bitch. What?
So, folks, next week on the podcast, we're going to talk to the developer of Stellar Tactics. Unfortunately, there's no game ready for that one. There's no playable code, so it's just going to be a video on loop. So that'll be fun. I prefer us having the game, but what are you gonna do?
Wait, that's the one where they gave us keys, but they said
we didn't even have keys for that one. No, we have nothing for that one.
Oh,
we have
okay.
absolutely.
What was the game that they gave us keys and they were like, "Don't play it"?
Oh, that's Star Command. That's Star Command Galaxies, which is in 2 weeks. And they're like, "Don't play it until Alpha 8," and we're like, "All right." So Alpha 8 just hit a few days ago. But
no way I'm playing it because I just reinstalled my machine and I don't know if it'll catch it on fire or something. That was a pretty stern warning.
Really?
That I don't know.
What happened? So, tangent here, folks. Hang on a second. What happened to your machine that you had to reinstall?
Windows 10.
Yes.
Windows 10 happened.
I was trying to play Saints Row 3 and it wouldn't launch. All I got where you're supposed to get the launcher box that comes up and your graphics options.
Yeah.
I was getting a gray screen or a gray box in the middle of my screen.
What?
So I went on to Steam and went to the discussion forums for that game, and there's 20 other people that are like, "Yeah, man, we upgraded to Windows 10 and now we get this gray box." I was like, okay. So I got my other machine, the gaming laptop that I've got, and I fired it up on that, and it ran fine. Also Windows 10. So I went back to my machine, and I fought it for, 3 hours or something.
What?
And then finally I just gave up, and I said, okay, look, if I got to reinstall the box, then I'm going to go back to Windows 7, because the laptop that I got, the MSI Titan, is they did not have any drivers, because it shipped with Windows 8.1. Right, and they didn't have driver support for anything prior to 8.1.
What?
Well, I looked and they had. Well, it's new hardware, right? So they don't go back and support old stuff that they didn't ship with. So somebody actually there had made Windows 7 drivers for it finally, and they were up in there was a forum post that linked to them, and I was like, hooray, let's go to Windows 7, because I had that disk on the shelf, and so I decided to try it. And now that I'm back on Windows 7, I realize that there was no benefit to Windows 10 whatsoever. And there's no reason to upgrade. And 8 was irritating, and 10 was just less irritating, yet strangely broken, because I would have to restart Explorer every now and then, because I'd right-click on an icon and the menu would pop up blank. My start menu would be empty now and then, have to restart Explorer to get that going, and this was after a fresh rebuild, right? So I didn't have cooties or anything. So it was just screw it. I went back to 7, and that's where I'm going to stay. And that's why I found that app that guts out all the stuff that tries to force you to upgrade to 10.
Yeah.
I don't want that noise.
No.
And they're going to support this thing till what, 2019? Something like that?
Yeah, just when Star Citizen comes out, we'll be able to run it on Windows 7.
Exactly. Whenever.
Anyway, folks, so thank you. So thank you for watching and listening. Like I said, next week is Stellar Tactics. Then in 2 weeks is Star Command Galaxies. And this week for Multiplayer Madness, we are doing Red Solstice, which I'm very excited about. Honestly, I cannot wait to play that with Eric because he's been like pumping up his character. He's got 32 hours in the game, where I have like an hour.
I've got like a solid 45 minutes.
I haven't even played it yet, but here we go.
It's gonna be hilarious.
Hey, by the way, I wanted to mention because Dan DeChico tried desperately to sneak out the DLC for Star Drive 2 without telling anybody. Like, I don't know what the deal is there.
Did he really sneak it out? Because he told everyone once it was out. He was like, yeah, he pinged it on Twitter and everything. Yeah.
Because there was no, like, it's coming or anything.
No, there really was. I mean, there were hints of it, but, I mean...
I don't go on Twitter. It's problematic.
It is. But there were hints of it, but, like, there wasn't
Literal
a ton
Twitter.
of it. There wasn't, like, a ton of it out there. Like, maybe the Explorminate guys knew about it, but that's really it.
Yeah, but I don't even know if Nate had a date on it.
No.
Like, when it was going to happen, and suddenly it was just like, bam, there it is.
Yeah, I got a press release, like, this morning going, hey, it's out. Like, what?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
all right.
So the thing that I'm curious about, and I would like viewer mail, please, or come on our Facebook group and we'll bitch about it there. The Master of Orion Alpha that's out now.
Mhm.
I have played it, and I think Star Drive 2 is the better game.
Well,
I know, shocker, right?
maybe.
But well, I don't know. But I gotta play this new DLC because I thought Star Drive 2 was perhaps better before the DLC. So now I got to see what he did.
He looks like he's added quite a bit, and so I'm excited to try it. And I'm gonna say if Master of Orion stays on its current trajectory, it's gonna be a great introductory 4X for people. Like someone wants to get into the genre. Oh, Michael Dorn's in this. Okay, I'll play it.
See, that's gonna be a hook, right? All the voice acting stuff. I think that was money well spent.
Yeah, it's baby's. I think it's baby's first 4X is basically what I think it's gonna be. And
hey, do you know the Mech Warrior connection here, by the way?
What?
Okay, so the guy that is head of Wargames.net that made this thing, is TJ Wagner, who is the guy that programmed the BattleTech pods.
Right, you were talking about
there
that
you go.
earlier. Okay, I don't think we're gonna see mechs in this game though.
You never know.
Anyway, at
that point you're playing what is that, Sunrider? Whatever the hell that was.
Was that good?
I don't know if you ever played that. The new release, they came out with, they had the original Sunrider was pretty okay, right? And it was free. And I played around with it, and it was kind of like a Gundam game, tactical. And I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And then they came out with Sunrider Academy, which was like a Japanese schoolgirl dating sim or some bullshit. And I was like, what? And so I skipped over that. And now the new one came out, which is apparently like back to the first game. So it's mechs in space and, like a giant space carrier, full of Gundams. And but there's a pretty sizable price tag on this thing, like $30 or something.
Oh, yeah.
But they said they had a comment there that this always bothers me, right? Is like when I haven't even read reviews or anything, but I go down and like the first developer comment that I see is like, well, the release didn't really go as expected, so we're gonna, something. And I was just like, oh, what happened, guys? Like it was not well received, or because there's no online thing, so it's not like, oh, our online stuff was broke. No, so there must have been something that went on. I didn't really dig into it because it was like the $30 kind of scared me off. But yeah,
I hear you.
And at what point does it become a schoolgirl dating simulator? I got hateful boyfriend if I want pigeon dating.
Oh God, right. Well, tangent over, folks. Thank you for watching and listening. And again, next week, we're going to have Stellar Tactics. This week on Multiplayer Madness, we're doing Red Solstice. Tune in on Thursday for that. Charles, sorry about that rant. We do that sometimes. But thank you again for joining us and dealing with the cough. This game, folks, is pretty great. You all should check it out. Concealed Intent. It's on Steam. $14.99 American. How much is it in Kuala Lumpurian dollars?
Ringgit? I actually don't know. It's automatically converted.
Oh, okay. I'm wondering how much that is. But anyway, folks, thank you for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night.
Woo! Space games.
Yep.